Good morning, and thank you to the Michigan Department of Education and everyone hosting us here in Lansing today. My name is Lara Moussa.
My name is Ayah Al Sadi.
Honored to be here to share our story as representatives of Universal Learning Academy, a small K-12 public charter school serving refugees, English learners, and students who need more than just a classroom, and to show what is possible when charter schools are trusted to serve their committees. When people talk about schools, they usually talk about buildings, test scores, or programs. But schools are really ecosystems. They are places where identity is either limited or expanded. And Universal Learning Academy has become a place where students are learning that their starting point does not define their ending point. Recently, ULA was recognized for increasing attendance through intentional engagement and connection. The Michigan Department of Education invited ULA to present as a model for attendance improvement. That recognition matters, but not because of percentages. It matters because it shows that students are choosing to come back to a place where they feel seen, supported, and capable of success. At our school, student voice is empowering. Students help shape school culture, safety initiatives, leadership programs, and service efforts. When students are trusted with responsibility, they rise into it. They begin to see themselves not just as learners, but as contributors. And that is not theatrical. But we see currently, and we see that currently in what our students are achieving. This year, our National Honor Society chapter has made history. Our school has received the NASSB Student Service Grant twice. Our NHS has also been accepted to present at the National Honor Society National Conference in Washington, D.C. through the LEAD Conference. And also we have our NHS member who's with us today, being a National Honor Society Scholarship semifinalist, and finally, our NJHS chapter was also recognized at the 2026 Michigan Student Sustainability Summit, all marking the first time this has ever happened in our charter school's network history.
These achievements even matter more is who our students actually are. The NHS Scholarship semi-finalist is an English learner, a student who came to this country with basically limited background and no presenting academic excellence at the national level. Another student selected to attend the LEAD conference come from a neurodivergent background. At ULA, these differences are not limitation. They are part of what we allows our students to break them. What makes ULA powerful is not program or one initiative, it's the belief that innovation and accountability can exist together. At ULA, literacy is not treated as just a subject. Literacy is treated as access. When students learn to read correctly, write clearly, speak confidently, they gain more than academic skills. They gain the ability to advocate for themselves, navigate systems, and build futures that once fell out of reach. And the belief shows up in how our school supports students every day. Our educators train always to meet students' needs. Our ESL program, that I was in it, ensures multilingual learners fully access grade-level content. Classroom support staff increase equality inside learning spaces. Career pathways connect academic to real-world purposes. And advanced coursework, AP classes, dual enrollment show how students in college is not a distant idea. It's something they can actually reach by actually trying hard. ULA continues to demonstrate measurable academic and attendance growth while serving students many systems underestimate. This is not accidental. It's an initial design built around support, structure, and high expectations. At its core, ULA represents something bigger than academics. It represents the breaking of limitation. It shows students that background does not determine the destiny. It shows family that public education can innovate while staying accountable. And it shows that when students are given structure, voice, and opportunity, they do not just meet expectation, they redefine them. ULA is not just preparing students to enter the world, ULA is preparing students to actually change it.
Any time left, we would like to take a moment to share our individual experiences at Universal Learning Academy. And I think we don't have, but I will say one thing. Despite the limited funding that our school may have had, they have given us every single chance to attend these national conferences, join programs that do cost money, and have even taken up to our superintendent to go ahead and fund us. We fought for our place as a school, and we continue to do so. And especially when it comes to our student body organizations, such as Student Government, National Honor Society, our school continues to make sure that we have the opportunities to get up on that national stage, despite people being, where does that school school come from? I've never heard of that school. And then you get to go there and you get to say, this is my school, this is where I come from. As someone who not only has a neurodivergent background, I realized that the best thing that I gained from Universal Learning Academy was having those limitations. Because those limitations taught me that if I can go through that, I can get through absolutely anything.
And for me, as an ESL learner who just moved overseas for barely 3 years, I came to Universal Learning Academy as I got accent, second learner. I actually third learner because French was my second language. And I had to go over a lot of trouble. I don't understand what's going on in the class. And then here when my ESL teachers came and supporting me, I was that girl that sits in the corner and do nothing basically except just trying to translate every single word by the her Chromebook. And then here where Universal Academy gave me a big favor where they started pushing me to leadership position now, reading books that's my level in English, trying my best. And always the best thing that I actually learned is making mistakes is actually fine. We are humans, we make mistakes. I'm a high schooler, I'm not gonna be that perfect hero in like 1 year. So they gave me books, access, after school tutoring, going during lunch to my teachers, helping me out. And then here I am, President of Student Government in ULA, NHS Treasurer, and I got the scholarship for NHS by actually being myself. And I wrote in my application that I am an ESL learner and I am learning overseas for most of my years. And I'm not ashamed of this. I take it as my power. And if someone who lived overseas during a war, I'm super proud of myself.
And since I do see that we have some more time, I would also like to deeply mention that despite what people think of who leads our charter schools, we have some of the most amazing people. I'd like to mention Mrs. May, Mrs. Boosie, Mr. Bazzi. They have done nothing but support us to the end of the world, even with our very extraneous desires and dreams that we want to achieve. When we realized that the trip to Washington would cost around, let's just say $3,000 per person, our school immediately took upon funding, and our superintendent, Dr. Bazzi, actually supported us in paying $2,000 to be able to go to the national conference, the LEAD conference, and this was not something that was budgeted for our school. When I went to this conference individually last year after paying for it out of pocket with a job that I worked for, I realized that all schools are funded for opportunities like these, but our schools are limited. We do not receive funding, and our principal has to negotiate with where she is going to put certain funding at, which takes away from the broader opportunities for our student body organizations. I sit on behalf of very impactful people because I hope that you guys can hear what we are saying and take it not with a grain of salt. Take it as something that we are the people who are going to change the world, and we are the next generation who is going to make the next policies. And treating charter schools as if they are the same people that attend public schools, nothing less or nothing more, is the number one thing that we want to make clear from this speech. And I'll give it on to Ayah to say any last few words.
And last thing before we're done, I would like to share how even with our low budget, I really appreciate our admins, our principal, our superintendent, the way they love to support us no matter even if we have 1 penny or negative. Doesn't matter. We do fun events, we support everybody, nobody is left alone, exactly how they treated me. And I would actually love to pay my school back by trying my best with everything, every scholarship. They gave me a huge favor by not making me feel like I'm left alone. Dr. Bazzi always make us fun events. We go to our sister schools because we are 5 Hamada schools and we're in the one in Westland. We'll go visit them, we'll walk together, we'll try our best to make everything fun, make everyone feeling like they do count, and everyone is human and we all are valuable.
ULA used to not have that many opportunities, AP classes, dual enrollment courses. But as of late, we are providing our students with 4 AP classes, numerous dual enrollment classes, which the school actually pays for, and continuous academic opportunities. When our students have something to say, it is welcome to our principal. It is directly welcome to the board. we had when we wanted to initiate our school store in student government. Immediately, our superintendent came and heard what we had to say, and he was like, yes, let's make this work. Let's do the big things for you guys because you guys do deserve the big things. So again, I will just say before our timer goes off, there is nothing more powerful than people who come from limitations, because limitations makes you a warrior. And when you are a warrior, you are able to not see a obstacle and get afraid from it. You become someone who is able to face it with the utmost grit, and that is exactly what a charter school like Universal Learning Academy has taught me and has most likely taught every single individual who has attended it. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next in the room today is Kristen Lee.